G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back on the radios again. another restoration, but this one won't be too bad. Well, maybe. I think this one's got 1-volt tubes in it, so yeah, we never know with them. A little AWA. It's a sort of a semi-portable, but I don't know whether this takes batteries. I haven't had a look at this. It does have a power cord that it's flexible. It's about all you can say with it. Of course, I don't know whether it can stay there or not. I wouldn't think so. But we might put a twin lead on this. I'm just not real sure of the legalities with this radio yet. So, there he is. And no knobs. No knobs either side. So we've got a knob there, a knob up there that's missing, and one around this side. This looks like it's had a bit of a hard time up there. But anyway, I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and we'll have a close inspection. Okay, well here we are. It's not a bad looking little radio. It's a 5. AWA Radiola 5. Okay, so let's round the sides. It's got a very nice carry handle on it. That's probably the highlight of the whole thing. Aerial earth, which are not there. Oh, hang on, what have we got under here? Not very much. It's had a little bit of a hard time. Okay, righto, let's see what's inside. I acquired this a few months ago. I don't know where I got this one from actually. It wasn't eBay or anywhere, but yeah, just not. I think it was a private sale. A couple of cracks, couple of hairline cracks there and there. They'll fill them up with super glue and a little bit of sanding, polishing, and that will come up. No worries. Okay, how do we get the back off? There we go. Okay. Here we go. Now, I'll just get you guys in a bit better position there. There you go. So, well, yes, it's battery. And what have we got here? Okay. Another dial. A New South Wales dial. New South Wales, Australia. There we go. Some interesting old stations there. Not many of them left. And what else have we got here? A couple of knobs. 2 knobs. We need 3. Wonder what these are like. Oh, gee. Yeah, we'll have to rebuild these ones. And that one's not too bad. Righto. And we've got the circlips that go on. That's good. The little rings that go on the back of the knob. Okay, a couple of those. So, unfortunately, I can't see one more knob in there. Now, here we go. I'd say we've got A battery and B battery by the look of this, I would say. We also have 240 volt power supply with a 6x4 in there. I can see that fella. Don't know about this lineup. 3V4 I suppose, 1S4, 1U4, 1T4. Probably, I don't know. There is a valve layout in there, but you can't sort of read it with the power supply in the road. So guys, there she is. It's a model 545P, and yeah, this will be a good little project. It'll keep me entertained for a little while. Cap can there with a 40, 125 volt and a 25 at 25 volt. So yeah, only a little cap. Couple of square IF cans. Hopefully there's no mica disease or anything with that. The speaker from the back looks very good. You can see it there. It's come up, well, it looks good. Hard to say really. And can I see those valves? I can see a 1R5, I can see a 1T4, a 1S5 and a 3V4. So there's your valve lineup. Okay. Bit cracked up here. That a little Bakelite piece that oh yeah, he's loose as well. Oh, okay. Okay, we better be fairly careful. We don't want to damage the case. And there's our antenna. And we've got two holes here, one for aerial, one for earth. The antenna's pretty good. Probably needs gluing down. This looks like it used to run up there, but then there's a bit of sticky tape on it and stuck it down there, so I don't quite know what's going on. Was that tuning? Could have been tuning to a certain frequency, maybe, but yeah. So guys, what do we do? Do we dim bulb, or? I think we will. Now I've got this knob. Does he fit on here? Yes. And it's very hard to turn. It seems like a volume pot. This one down here is probably on off. I don't think I can get anything going with this, no, with that. So this will have to be a pair of pliers. Okay, so what have we got here? We probably should have off, mains and battery. So I'll just leave it in the center position there and see what happens. Okay, the volume controller's up a little bit, but I think we'll give this a crack. I think we'll see if it's going to go. I'll just get all the gear ready and we'll turn her on. Rightio, dim bulb. We're on dim. It is turned on at the moment. Our variac is on 100 volts. So we will turn him off at the moment. Plug him in. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay. Now, we're on this lamp here, so let's turn him on 100 and see what happens. And absolutely nothing. Okay, we may be on the wrong setting here. We don't really know. Okay, let's try another position. Okay, number 3 position. Here we go. Nothing. Okay, let's go back a couple. This is a little bit tricky. I should have rounded up a knob that fitted. Okay, the final position. Otherwise, we're going to take the power supply out and have a look. Here we go. And nothing at all. 100 volts there. That should do something. There's no markings on this as to what position it should be in. Yeah, I don't know. This is obviously our power supply to the radio, and well, first of all, we'd see this going, we'd see it drawing something. So it's on dim, we've got 100 volts. We'll put it on 150. Anything? Nope. Nothing there. Go to the next position. Okay. Nothing there. We're on 152 volts there. And next position is there. And nothing. No draw whatsoever. Okay. Sorry guys. Well, there's no smoke, but then again, you might have liked to have seen some smoke or something. I'd like to have seen something. Okay, how about we pull the power supply out and we'll just inspect it and see what we can see to get this radio going in situ as it is, to see, well, is it going to work before I recap and do the stuff. Okay, I'll get things ready and we'll slip the supply up. Okay, now just unplug our radio, get our supply out, and oh, I don't like what I see there. A few globules of wax or resin, whatever's possibly come out of the transformer. That doesn't look real good, does it? Okay. I'll just try and get this in an area that's not going to be damaged. Right. Now, here's our supply. Whoa, okay. Few goodies in here. Things have been pretty warm in here, I think. But then again, it's Yeah. Okay. Possibly a circuit next, but we can see a resistor there that's doesn't look real good. I'm not touching anything at the moment here. There could be a cap that's a bit hot. Couple of big electrodes there. Don't know what that bloke is. What is he? He's can't quite see. 400 mic, 12 volt. Okay. That must be for the low side, and obviously the high one. Our high tension fella is that one there. Now, we've got a switch assembly in there. We've got a current limiting resistor there by the look of it, probably for the A battery, the A supply. Yeah, okay. First thing we'll check, let's have a look, and let's I keep going to take my microphone off, forgetting that I've now got a wireless microphone, and my God, how do we do without these? Okay, this will tell us a story of our transformer. I'll just grab another clip there. Right. And I still can't turn that. Oh, what was that? Uh-huh. Why is it bouncing around? Bouncing all over the place. That might be this old plug here trying to... Then again, could be dirty contacts on the switch. That's definitely off. That's probably battery and AC. And I've got no idea. 1.5K seems a bit high. I've got no idea why it's bouncing around there. This looks like it could be a faulty cord, actually. $240 ohms. I seem to have. Yeah, it's the plug, dirty, but it looks like we've got 240 ohms. Okay. Now, guys, I think the thing now is to grab a circuit and have a look at the transformer and how it's wired. I'll take the 6X4 out so we don't put him upside down and break him. The Radiotron, made in Australia. There we go. Okay, we've got a cover over everything. Let's have a look here. See, can we see something? There's our switch assembly. It's probably dirty as anything. yeah. Well, as far as the primary winding's concerned, not real sure about that. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Sorry guys, you're down a bit low. There's a bit of this stuff wandering around, which means things have been pretty hot, but then again, that may not mean too much at the moment. There's a poor little resistor here. Now I don't know, he's actually falling apart, and it is broken actually. That's a little wire round resistor, and yeah, there's some bits and pieces of wire floating around there. So we'll grab a circuit, see what that is, see what role that plays, and work out, well, where things are located. We're going to have to get rid of these caps to be able to get in there a bit. Okay, I'll grab a circuit. Right, now I've just downloaded a full service manual from Kevin Chant. So kevinchant.com. Thank you, Kevin. Very, very handy service. And look, we've even got the dial cord. Oh gee, I hope I don't want that. Okay, well, some of the pictures, yeah, it was the same originally, so, but anyway, it's a guide, gets us through it, and more pictures there, and this is the bit we're interested in. Okay, mostly this bit here. Switch, transformer, and of course multi-tap tranny, and there's our 6X4, the heater windings, and your anode plates goes to the switch, which selects everything on it, whether it be battery or back to power, so forth. 7.5 volts there, probably. Yeah, these are in a string. Are they? I'm not sure how this is wired up, but this is the first time I've seen this, so I'm just but anyway, apart from that up there, we're mostly interested in this bit just here, in getting some HT on that cap. Okay, because if it's there, it's probably up here, unless that little choke there is open circuit, but I doubt that very much. Okay, switch viewed from the spindle end in extreme anti-clockwise position. So that would be off, I guess, by the look of that. And the same with that one. Okay, so our switch. We've got to get to our switch to work out our transformer windings. So we've got, there we go. Just trying to get the light right in here, but it's not it's not working. Power transformer. Okay, primary 170 ohm and secondary 80 ohms. So there we go. So that's what we're looking for, and I think we had that. Let's have a look again. We do have a dodgy plug here. It's yeah, not contacting real well. Meters turned off. Okay, there you go. And what do we got here? We're looking for 170 ohms. 270. Okay. That's a little bit of a concern. And this is really odd. This is going everywhere. Okay, let's get further into this. Now, I'll undo this nut, which gets rid of our shroud around here, and we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so we do that. Shouldn't use pliers on nuts either. We should have a spanner. Okay. There we go. Here's our switch. And can we see anything? We really can't see any more. Yeah. Yeah. I will have to get my chair fixed one day. Okay, here we go. That's got out that fella out of the road. Now, what have we got here? That would be our, what goes to a resistor out of the transformer, which probably would be this one, R6, and it's on the capacitor. So that would be that cap there, and that would be R6. It also goes to the choke out. So that would be our B plus line, I'm gathering. Yeah, okay, well, this has been losing a little bit of fluid, I think. Just not real sure what's what there, guys. I think that is secondary. What's this fella? So this one here. Okay, we're going to have to lift this capacitor off the bottom. And he doesn't look real good either, so he will definitely be going. Now that's our 400 mic 12 volt on the secondary. Now that's our leads that go out to the battery connections, as well as that. And obviously they come from the battery to the switch. This goes to the choke, and the other end of the choke goes somewhere up here, like here. Okay, right, I'm still trying to find our on-off, our primary winding. Okay, well that's one of them there. There's no other. That is your primary windings there, the four of them. There's only one connected. This would be 6.3, goes over here to the 6x4 on pins 1, 2, 3 and 4, which I think would be correct. There's no numbering on there, but it would be 3 and 4. And this is probably our HT, comes from one side of from the anode. Okay, so that's our HT, the brown wires, and goes out from there. Now, thing is, there is no other connections to this transformer. I think we've got to loosen these screws off and lift this paper off and see in the back of the switch here as to what's going on. This has certainly been hot. One off. Two off. Okay. Can we get at this? Yes. Okay. Here's our other winding. Right. This makes sense. So it's the blue wire, goes to the power switch. Okay. Sort of see how all this works now. So, let's measure between our power there and where is he here? There, and we've got 203 ohms. Yeah, she's fairly high. Guys, I think the first thing to do is to remove the transformer, and we'll check this out, see what's going on, clean things up. I mean, we've got to clean a bit up anyway. Now we'll just check our, where does he go? We'll just check our choke. I'll have to get better leads than this. And to there. And to there. Okay. Our choke's okay, and it's reading 1200 ohm. Okay, 1.2k. Does it give us any indication on here? Choke, 160 ohm. Oh, hang on. Filter choke. Yeah, 160. Okay. This is, it's not really shaping up real good at the moment, is it? Now, to get the transformer out, we'll take some pictures, of course. Basically know where the wires go. I mean, there is only 2 in and 4 out. That's it. I'll take my pictures, unsoldering, get him out, and then we'll do a little bit more checking on what's going on. All the wires are off. Wires off here. Let's get him out. And he's catching, obviously, we've got to... What's happening here? Just catching on, there we go. Catching on the back of the switch. And there's our transformer. You might have missed that, guys, sorry. I bumped the camera earlier. But anyway, there it is out. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to be. And there's our switch assembly. AC in. Double switch, double pole. So, yeah. Needs a bit of cleaning up, of course. And, yeah. But our main concern at the moment is this. Okay, I'm going to clear here and let's put some power on this thing and find out what's going on. Well, we can get a better look at this now. We can solder on a couple of wires on the primary rather, and check our secondaries and see what's going on. Okay, I've soldered just a bit of twin flex on the transformer. We're just going to measure them properly now, seeing he's out of circuit, and see if we've got the same measurements. And yeah, we've got 207 ohm, 206 ohm. Okay, what we're going to do now is connect this up via the dim bulb and stick some voltage through and see what's going on. Okay, we're just using a setup here. If you're doing this at home, don't do as I do. But if you are doing this at home, please be very, very careful. Lethal voltage is right there, 240 volts. Always, don't touch them when it's going. I'll be touching the secondaries here, certainly nothing to do with the primary. And if that gets hold of you, it'll drop you to the floor. Okay, so just be careful. Always be careful. Okay, we're going to put our variac on 100 volts. We're through the dim bulb. We're turning him on. He's on. Okay, nothing's happening there at the moment. So let's see what sort of AC volts we've got. Now this is the 6.3 volt winding, this one. So what have we got here? We've got 2.9. Okay, at 100. That's about right, isn't it? Honestly, I'm going to have to get rid of this chair. It's going to have to go. So if we cruise our voltage up a bit, and if we go up to 240, we're on 230 there. We've got 6.3 volts. Okay, so I think our transformer is okay, even though it's reading high on the primary. Well, there's 6.3 at 230 volts, which is correct. Okay, let's see what's on the high tension. Secondary winding. And we've got 116, which would be around about right. Okay, so I can safely say our transformer is okay. That's good. That's really good. I'm pleased that it had me worried there for a minute that this thing's not working. Okay, 116, 230 volts, and yeah, these don't have a real high HT. We're looking at 90 volts to the radio, so that's around about right. Now I'll get this. It's mostly tar on this, so I'll clean him up, make sure he's all good, and I'll do the same with this. and then we'll come back. I've just got some tar here to clean up. I will clean the switch assembly and make sure everything's correct, and then we'll come back and we'll fit obviously a new resistor here, and because it looks like it's open circuit. So as a matter of fact, I'll just have a look at what value that one is. It's good being able to walk around the workshop and you can still hear me. Okay, so we're looking at R6. Okay, that's definitely the resistor there on that line, R6. Now, over the page, R6 is a 950 ohm. Okay, so we'll be putting in a 1K 5 watt in there, and this one looks okay. He's a 3 watt, that one is too, but we'll be replacing it with a 5. And this one, what's he? He's a 950 ohm as well. So we'll check him after we clean everything up, and I'll come back fairly shortly and we'll get this thing working. Well, we've cleaned him up a little bit. He certainly looks a bit cleaner than what he did. Now, I've still got to fit the resistor and the cap. Now, I've also printed myself off a little bit bigger picture. Always pays to do stuff like this, just to make it easier for yourself. Full page there so we can see it. Now, I thought, seeing we've got this fella out, he's a 400 mic at 12 volts. Let's check him. I always like checking the caps and just to see what they read. Okay, here we go. And wow, it thinks it's a diode. Okay. I don't think he's real good. Just check that again. We got a 1000 mic there. ESR 1.1. The VLOS is 12%. So yeah, we got a little bit of a reading there. So anyway, it reads 1088 microfarad, and it's a 400. I reckon he's fairly leaky. He doesn't look real good. I'm not going to restart or anything like that. I probably am going to save the tube for maybe a later. Yeah, maybe. It depends if I can get this stuff off. This. Yeah, no, I won't save this one. Anyway, transformer is now ready to go back in. We've cleaned him all up, and then we'll start putting some parts in and connect it to the radio and see if that radio works. Well, guys, I've cleaned it all up and put a new resistor in, actually. Now, what was this? A 1K. Yeah, 1K 5 watt resistor. This is the next day, by the way. And I've got to put a couple of caps in, the 2 caps that were here, and of course the transformer. So we'll fit all that in now, wire it up, and let's see how it works, if it's going to. Now the capacitor was, where's the high voltage one? A 20 mic 200 volt. So we'll get a 22 at probably 250, and we'll just fit him in here. We'll see how he's going to fit. I have left, because it's mounted to the chassis, a little bit hard to solder to, so I've left a leg of the old cap, and we'll hook onto him. Between there, of course, is ground and the resistor and B+. Yeah, that looks right. If it's not, there'll be smoke when I turn it on. Okay, well, we've got most of the wiring done. We've got the cap in, and now it's time to replace this with this. This is a 400 mic, 12 volt peak. This is a 470 mic at 35 volts. So, as you can see, bit of difference. I'm thinking of just sitting him there. He's got to go between those two terminals. So if I just sit him there and put him straight on through those terminals, and he can sit there right out of the road. Negative to ground, positive to the terminal. So that's the capacitor for our low voltage, of course, our valve supply, filament supply, and there he is there. Okay, it's time to put the power cord on. Now the power cord, I'm putting twin cable on this, and I'm putting the original plug back on it. Simple reason, it's isolated, and it doesn't actually require an earth on this radio. So yeah, that's just the way I'm doing it, back to how it was. So the twin goes in onto the switch here, so I'll put a piece of twin wire on, but I'm sure you all want to know what these are like. Let's have a look. This one. Now this is our first cap, which is a 20 mic 200 volt. Let's just check and see what he is. It's always interesting to see what the caps are when we take them out. If he's going to test. He's measuring 34 picofarad. It knows it's a cap. Basically, open circuit on that one. But, yeah, would have induced a fair bit of hum being open circuit. And this one, very, very leaky on the supply. So, probably explains why there's a fair bit of tar around that's dripped from the transformer. I'd say things have been pretty hot in here, because our B+ is, well, poor little 6X4 is trying to drive into a leaky cap. That wouldn't have helped, for sure. Okay, I'll go and get some wire, and we'll connect this up and put him on dim bulb after I put this fella in, and we'll see what happens. This doesn't look too bad. I would say this will work okay. Okay, power cable's in. I've got a little tie wrap there, a cable tie to keep it nice and firm. So all looks good. Okay, we'll put the plug on. Let's test him out. Do any more, we better test and make sure our transformer is the correct reading. 200 ohms. That's what it did read. Switch and open. So yeah, up there must be battery, maybe I don't know. Maybe HT and then, or filament then HT. I'm not real sure of this 3-position switch. So turn it on, and that's on AC. And there's 2 positions on AC. One may be a power saving mode, but anyway, 200 ohms is the transformer. So that's good. Everything's wired correctly. That's off. So I'll now put the plug on. Now I know it's not going to go bang. Righto guys, well, we've got the plug on, and well, this is the original plug, and yeah, I am going to use it. I know it doesn't comply with the new laws, but yeah, I'd like to keep this thing original, so putting the original plug on it. It can be changed at any time to make it fully legal. I'm not saying it's fully legal, okay? So, we've got a little clip here that holds our 6X4 in place. Now, he goes down, if I can get him in, he goes down either side through our grommet holes. Now, we'll have to put him in this way, I think. One in there, like so. We'll now put our 6X4 in, and I'll put him over that way. We might give that a spray. How about that? Just before we put it in. We'll just put it. We don't know whether that was giving problems, but just put a little bit of spray in there anyway. And no, it's not deoxit. So, sorry guys. Okay. Righto. There we go. Let's see if this is going to work. I will get my dim bulb all fired up, and we'll see. We'll plug it in and see what happens. Ground is ground. This is our B+ right there. And that fella's resistor's just a little bit close to the edge, but okay. Are we going to get any HT? Yes, I think we are. Here we go. 6X4 is working. We've got 116 volts. $118 volts. Okay. We do have to have something plugged in here. 118 volts there. The other side of the resistor, 118, because there's no load on anything. This little cap, well, nothing's going to work there unless this socket is plugged in. 118 there. 118. What do we got down here? 118, 118 everywhere. So, yeah, without a current draw. But everything looks right, guys. So, I think it's time to connect the radio. We've obviously got all the right voltages. 118.7, and I don't know where the current is limited to the valve filaments. We'll bring a circuit out on this, I think, and have a look before we connect it up. But anyway, I'll just leave that there to make sure after I turn it off things disappear. So at least our rectifier's going, everything's right, and yeah, that It is going down, but that can nab you. So if you're mucking around with caps, just remember this, guys. If you're a newbie, they'll nab you after you turn them off. We'll also disconnect so that we're 100% gone. Okay, so let's grab the rest of the circuit and have a bit of a look at how the tubes are arranged, the filaments, and yeah, we'll go from there. As I said, I'm not real familiar with this little piece of gear, so it's a long while before my time, that's for sure. Okay, now, as we can see, this is up the end of our 3V4 filaments. Okay, so I don't quite know where the filaments come in. This one. Okay, and that does have to be plugged in. Comes up here to the filament, goes out of the filament, right up, along here to this filament, through him to up here to the next one, through him and back to this fella. It also goes down here for, I don't know what R11 is, probably volume I'd say. But anyway, back feeds a voltage back to our AVC control, I would say, just looking at that. So yeah, our filament does go from one to the next to the next. So if one of these valves is open circuit, this thing's not going to go. Okay, so we don't know yet, but we can plug it in and see what happens. Let's do that. And it's a 4-pin. One is bigger than the others, so it goes in like so. Okay, this is turned on. That's off at the moment. Plugged in. Now our variac, we also have a high isolation transformer up here, guys. I should mention that too. That's my isolation transformer there. So everything after that is this gear. I always use an isolation transformer. Righto. We've got 170 on the clock here, so yeah, 170 volts going in. We'll turn it off and turn it. Okay, we're ready to turn on and see what happens. Now, drawing 3 watts, so no voltage yet, no sparks yet. We're on 170 volts. I haven't taken it right up yet. 3 watts. Any noise? No noise yet. But then again, we may not be high enough on voltage. Okay. 200. Drawing 7 watts. Nothing happening there yet. Okay, 220. There we go. Dim bulb just lighting up there at 10 watts. So something's drawing some power. We've got no scratchiness. Nothing at the moment. Okay, we'll wriggle a little bit. I know people on this channel don't like me wriggling valves, but really, I'm here to find out what's wrong with it, not to put it in cotton wool. Nothing. Transformer is cold. 6x4, quite warm, drawing 10 watts and no sound. I'd say Our choke is cold. Okay, let's see if we go across to here. 6 watts. So that must be current limited through the resistor on top of this for battery saving, possibly. Okay, we don't have any audio, so we'll come back to this shortly. Okay guys, well, she's been running there for quite some time. Absolutely no audio. So let's have a look at the valves, the filaments. I suspect them, and yeah, we'll go from there. As you can see, dim bulb just lit. It's drawing 10 watts, which is probably just the HT. We've got a cap can here. It's cold, so that's good. It's not heating up, and I don't know whether it's reforming or what's going on at the moment. So let's we could have a dodgy audio transformer here too, but place to start, guys, let's get the chassis out of this. I think make a whole heap easier. We just tried this to see is it going to work. Let's take the chassis out and see what's going on. A couple of tags there, and this one's broken off actually. Okay, does he come out? Yes, it does. Now, that's our dials a little bit loose in there. Now, how do we get this out? How are we getting out? Okay, that's good. Lid's now separated. Inside here, our dial, and there's a little clip gone from up the top there that holds this in place. It's neither here nor there. And this thing will, yeah, it'll clean up quite good actually. It'll be very nice. Okay, we'll just put him over there, out of the road. Now, to this bit, the important bit. Okay, now we're turned off. There's our audio transformer. I've got no idea what that thing is. Is our speaker connected? Is our audio transformer okay? I really don't know what that is. Okay, let's put a meter. First of all, starting point, across the audio transformer. And yes, we have something there. If I can grab it on there. There we go, 500 ohms, 504 ohms. So it looks like our audio output is okay. What I want to do now, remove the valves, all of them, and let's check them, because as I said, these are in the string. One's out, all out. I'm guessing this is the 3V4. Yes, there we go. Looks okay. It's a Radiotron made in Australia. Okay. Pin 1, pin 7. and we got 21 ohms. Okay, so we're right there, and 11 ohms on the center tap, which is pin 5, sorry. Yeah, pin 5 is your center tap. So that valve is okay. That's good. Okay, put him back in. Next one. This is 1S5. Okay. Let's check him. 1 and 7. Pins 1 and 7. Let's see. And yes, 11 ohms. He's okay. Well, a good strike rate so far. Just noticed the time. It's almost 12:30 in the day and almost time for lunch. No, it's not wine time. that's not until 5 or 6 o'clock. So it's not my wine time yet. 1T4. Sort of can't. There you go. You can see him there. And pins 1 and 7. And there. Yes, 9 ohms, 10 ohms. 9.8. That's good. Sort of shaping up to be the speaker, isn't it, guys? But as I said, only takes one of these tubes out, and it may be this one. Oh, he's tight. Okay, this one is a 1R5. On that one. This is obviously our mixer oscillator, and 11 ohms. Well, guys, there is nothing wrong with the valve chain. So why haven't we got audio? I'll just get this back in. There we go. Okay, can we check the speaker? Yeah, I think I can get in there, and it's 1.5 ohms. Our speaker, well, it is in line with the transformer, so we really don't know. Okay, let's reveal what's underneath this thing. Oh, wow. This one has not had one thing done to it, which is good. That is good. Wow. Very impressive. I like radios that are little virgins. They've never had anything done to them. Yeah, okay. Now, if I can sit this somewhere, we may have, I can't see anything obvious anywhere, but of course these capacitors, like the old black ones, most of them are cracked. Yeah, we've got an oscillator coil here. What have we got on the back here? Aerial, earth, and something else. Caps, we've got a mica there. All these old black fellas have got to go, of course. The resistors, well, we don't know. They could be on the way out. So I'll just use a capacitor there to hold him up. We're plugged in. We're going for 240 volts. We're turned on. Here we go. Okay, we're on. The dim bulb lit up slightly. You guys can't see it at the moment, but I think it's more important that we have a look at the radio first. Volume control. Yeah. Now, how have we got? We'll just let him warm up there. It's on 11 watts so far. Dim bulb is now on just. There you go. Have we got any audio? Yes. We do have some audio. Nothing in the RF. I wouldn't wonder with these capacitors, but there is a tiny little bit of audio. Okay, let's get my fancy signal injector. It's a very rough piece of gear. Let's see, what have we got? I did hear something. Very low. Very, very low. It starts, then it stops. And this thing puts out a whole heap of rubbish. It's just an old micronter one. Just for a quick test on the audio, that's all. Not much happening there. Okay, anything back here? Let's see what our voltage is on the transformer. Oh, okay, we've got something there. Okay, 66 volts. Sounds good. And the brown wire, where does he come in? The brown is actually about B plus and 67, and the blue, there he is. Okay, what do we got here? 66. So our transformer's okay, guys. I'd say it'll be probably, by the look of this, a couple of caps in the audio output that's probably causing this. We'll trace these through on the circuit. I'll grab it and see what we can do. We have replaced this cap, C22. Let's see what we've got here now. And we've got some noise, 50 volts and 0. Okay. And I hear audio. Let's have a listen. Yeah, not a lot, but it's something. Do we hear anything up this way? No. Guys, I'd say every single cap in here is probably dead. Now I do have audio there. Very low. Okay, audio to the IF detector there. Past the IF detector. As this fella goes to ground, we've got 58 volts there. Up the front end, 1.2 volts on there. but this is the front end and I haven't got the circuit. So there's no other coupling caps as such other than this one. So I think, well, there's one in line with the volume control. Goes to the grid of the 1S5 C19, which is this one here. What voltage is on? Yeah, we've got 0.5 volt sitting on our volume, and what's sitting on the other side of that cap. Not much. Guys, okay, I'm going to wrap this video up now. I'm going to go through and just replace all these old black caps. It's no use leaving them in there. And then we'll come back, before I turn it on, we'll start recording and give you guys the same view as what I've got of what's going to happen with this. Okay, so I think until next time, we might do one by one and I'll just quickly check them. But yeah, until then, we're going to wrap this video up. It's gone on long enough. Okay, guys, until next time, which is part 2 of this one, and should only be a couple of parts, I think. You know where we're up to, so hopefully we'll get this going. At the moment, very low audio. Okay, guys, please, if you like it, subscribe, hit the bell, and it'll tell you when the next video's up. And give us a thumbs up, a like, if you like it. If you really want to help me along the track with this, super thanks. Always welcome. It just helps us buy caps and bits and pieces to keep the YouTube, well, dream alive, I suppose. Keeps us going. Okay then, until next time, bye for now.